Hello everyone, I hope you're having a really great morning, afternoon, or evening. This is Tracy Brown, your trauma-informed dietitian and intuitive eating specialist. And I'm going to talk today about one of my very, very, very favorite topics. And we are going to talk about food, weight gain, movement, all kinds of really cool stuff. We're going to talk about the brain and neurobiology and all my favorite topics. I'm going to ramble a lot, so just hang on, take your notes, excuse me, and be ready to start to look at where maybe some of this stuff is creviced in your experience as well. And I want to help you get that unstuck this week. So let's dive in and get started. All right. How many times, well, I don't know how many, I'm just going to start with a story. So I remember one time being taught, in some of my training to work with clients, is that, so imagine, we all know like neurobiology, you have like neural pathways for all kinds of stuff. Our brain really likes consistency. It likes not certainty per se, but basically how you talk to yourself matters so much. So for example, around body image, you say, ugh, you look in the mirror and you say, ugh, these hips, this belly, I'm so gross. Your unconscious brain is just going to say, yes, boss. Or I can't eat that food, that's bad for me. Your brain's going to say, yes, boss. So now you're teaching your brain to have these experiences over and over and over again. And so that becomes your belief system and that becomes your behaviors. And then your behaviors reinforce these things, right? So you go in the mirror, you judge yourself based on the cultural ideal, and then you don't dress this, maybe dress the way you'd like to, and then you don't feel as comfortable or as fashionable as you'd like. And then you start to feel worse and worse and worse. So everything you do, your brain's going to be saying, unconscious is yes, boss, because it's not back there judging or analyzing so much what you're doing. It's following orders. And so one of the most powerful things you can do if you're getting stuck on the fear of weight gain is to look at what you're doing with your food and look at how you think about weight gain. I know that sounds very obvious, right? Like, I'm asking you to be less freaked out about weight gain, to stop thinking that weight gain is the worst thing ever. If everybody could have done that easily, you would have already done it by now. But there's some level of you have to continuously capture those thoughts and redirect it to something that's honestly more real and create new actions. Because if you want new neural pathways to feel comfortable in your body, there's a level of how you think. So let's do some examples, how you think and what you do. So let's say that you're a person, I'm going to use a couple different examples. You're a person in early recovery and you're petrified about weight gain. So then you're skirting around the edges of your meal plan, or if you're not doing a meal plan and you're just doing like all-in eating, which I highly recommend you do if you want your recovery to go a little faster. But anyway, all in, just eat food even if you don't really always feel like it in terms of like hunger because your gastric motility is slower, whatever. That's the best way to go. But let's say that you know you need to gain weight. And you can be weight suppressed at any weight, by the way. So that's why so many people, when they stop dieting, they might gain 10, 20, 30, way more pounds because the body has been that, weight suppressed under the natural way for so long. Anyway, so let's say that you need to gain weight, but your behaviors show that you're skipping around the edges, you're looking at calories on labels, that kind of stuff. And what that does is reinforce that gaining weight is bad in your brain. Your brain says, yes, boss, again. And so here you are looping, reading all the non-diet stuff, but your actions show that it's still bad to gain weight. Let's use another example. Let's say that you're somebody who has, thankfully, gotten out of some of the weight suppression. You've gained some weight, but you're still fearing about future weight gain. Now it's like we're fearing that any finishing up a normalization and getting to a set point, whether you stabilize there and come down or you just stabilize there and that's where you need to be your healthiest at this very second, that's happening. And then we're judging, well, a little bit of weight gain was okay, but now this much is too much. Your conscious brain is saying, okay, yes, boss. And then you're going to have the accompanying feelings and behaviors with that. So it's really important to do this on two levels. Is start to think about honestly, what is awesome about drinking calorie liquids versus drinking your Diet Coke still? You know, what is good about that? Oh, you get to learn how to manage those beverages. Oh, maybe you get rid of some of those nasty headaches that Diet Coke caused you. Oh, maybe it's teaching me how to learn how to deal with emotions that I settle down with that drink because I'm afraid about something, and I'm translating that into the language of food and body. So today, here's your assignment. I want you to start looking at the behaviors you have in your day. Are there places where you could look at, like, yeah, that behavior is indicative of someone who's afraid of gaining weight? Now we're going to talk about food and movement and all kinds of other topics that how your brain is involved in this throughout this week. I might even do more videos because this topic is super important to me. I think it's a linchpin in so many people's recoveries. Let's say another topic I'm going to talk about is eating out with people and how big a deal our brains make that, because we've taught our brains that eating with people and being visible is scary. And so we're gonna work on uncoupling that as well. So for today, I want you to look at your day in places where your eating behaviors or your food selection behaviors would be indicative of someone who's afraid of weight gain. If you see those, you have an opportunity to teach your brain that it's not a threat, that your life is at risk this very second if you were to eat the food that is what you really wanted, or you didn't count calories, or maybe you're just even suspicious. I'm not even sure if I'm eating enough. Well, the best thing you could possibly do in that scenario is eat a few more bites then and see what you learn. So, all right. I look forward to talking with you all very, very soon. Until tomorrow's video, or till Wednesday's video. Bye for now.